Normally, when talking about traveling alone, what comes up first is usually how to be safe, or what is the cheapest place to go. But what about the psychological side of things? Your mind is just as important as your body, and traveling alone isn't as big of a deal as people made out of. So what are you scared of? People travel all the time, going on road trip with friends or crossing borders with your family. Sometimes it just has been a really long time since this happened and you get a bit nervous with the thought of traveling alone, which is perfectly normal. When most people hear that they're traveling alone in the near future, first thing that happens is going deep into their thoughts and come up with 10 reasons why not to do it, or it may go like this. Not in an offending way, of course. People always get an overwhelming sensation when they're told to travel alone in the near future. So, how do you conquer this fear? And how do you prepare for it? In this video, we will be sharing the hidden fear that nobody talks about so you can keep it under control, like giant fish there. First, let's break down the different types of travel. You can go to a city or take a nice exploration in the nature. In other words, going to somewhere with lots of people or going somewhere with absolutely no one at all. The two are different, way different, but similar in some ways. When visiting a city, some ways to spice up your trip is to make friends on the way. How often do you get to make friends nowadays? And since you're watching this, I'm going to assume that you're someone who has never traveled alone before and come here and hope for some inspiration or motivation. And you've absolutely come to the right place. Some things to know that is, it can get incredibly boring on a trip with no one else, and it gets harder and harder to entertain. And to avoid getting to a point where you wish the trip would end faster, here's something you can do. Let's say you're visiting somewhere for fun today, and you wake up in the morning, look at your plan for the day. You see that it's time to visit the famous beach that you've longed for, and it's near your hotel. Super convenient. But when you get there, you realize there was way too many people. Looking around, your mind starts racing, telling you to back off. Now pause yourself. What is it that is scaring you? Let me guess, the people perhaps? Of course, the general stuff such as not being able to find a good spot on the beach or it's too loud. But think about this, you are here, on a beautiful beach. It can be once in a lifetime. When is the next time that you are able to sit on the beach, listening to the wind in such solitude? Enjoy while you can, and if you can't beat them, join them. If someone is playing beach volleyball next to you while you're reading, and you're getting more and more annoyed, then take a second and a deep breath to calm yourself, and maybe join them. Or get a ball or two. You may be able to make some new friends and enjoy this trip in a different way. Exploring your horizon by trying different things, and making new friends on a solo trip is going to be a great way to do so. Cheers! Also, don't be afraid to talk to some strangers. Sure, not everyone's going to be nice, but you can find some good friends at the end, and it would be great to ask for help when it is needed. But make sure you are in a safe environment while doing all of this. Safety is still a priority. While the fear of traveling to a city is all about the people, traveling to nature is a bit different. Are you scared of wild animals? Or maybe it's walking alone? Does the thought of exploration and unknown scares you? Which one are you? And if none applies, don't worry. You may still find or to be inspired with some solutions that we're providing. So make sure to pay close attention. For those with the fear of wild animal, hey, there are people scared of squirrels, but let's face it, what are the chances of you getting bitten by a scary animal? Unless the place that you're visiting is Snake Island in Brazil, which is not open to public by the way. So there really isn't much to be scared of. Research before you go is also a great way to avoid trouble and make yourself confident at the same time, as you understand more about the place that you're in. Walking alone is also a fear to conquer. The feeling of someone just following you all the time is not only creepy and nerve-wracking at the same time. But while walking in nature gives some happiness and calmness, it also gives others a sense of loneliness, which is normal. But you will get to pick which side you want to be. Would you like to be happy and calm or lonely? Your choice. And lastly, if adventure or unknowns petrified you, then think on the exciting side. how exciting it is to be able to explore paths that you've never been to, or the one that you've been to again. And set your eyes on the prize. Maybe you had been dying to fish on the edge of a forest, but had always been too scared to go. Then there is no better day than today. But if that's the only thing that you've planned in mind, then make sure to watch this video to broaden your horizon. Ooh, I'm rhyming. The joy of being alone is often overseen by a whole bunch of people, just like the ball. When most are alone standing in a park or by a building, maybe waiting for someone, they only feel loneliness, not the feeling of having a peace of mind. This situation is extremely rare for some, even though being alone can benefit you in so many ways. Your thoughts will start to become clearer, it will become easier for you to think, and you start to notice the environment around you. When traveling to a city, look around and you can see, and hopefully spot some hidden attractions, like a local market or a small restaurant by the corner. Those are what traveling is all about, the special things that is around your destination, that are different and unique from your home. And when you travel somewhere inside a piece of nature, take the luxury of listening to the wind and water. This benefits you by calming you down and having a peace of mind. If you still got work to do, then this will be the perfect timing. Once your mind is clear, your productivity will be able to increase to points that can reach 10 times or more than your average productivity. This is going to shock you, not literally, of course. So make sure to take a moment when you're alone and enjoy while you can. Lastly, safety. Although safety is definitely not why you should be scared of traveling alone, as there are tons of safe places for solo traveling, it is still an important subject to bring up. Always research the destination. Maybe there are certain customs or culture to follow as a tourist, or maybe there are small details to be followed, such as don't drink tap water in unfamiliar places. Anyway, we hope you to have a wonderful solo trip, whether it is on the other side of the earth or not. And make sure to say goodbye to loneliness because you're officially free from it. Safe travels!